This is an unboxing video for the Alien starter for Aliens Predator. When this came out in, I think, 97, there were three factions that you could get starter decks for. There was the Predator, the Aliens, and the Colonial Marines. And the Aliens, your goal was to either kill all the other players, which every player could, or you would try to hive the entire um, base or station that you were on. So every location that every player played, if you could hive all of those locations, you also won. And inside are 60 cards, along with some tokens, rules, and a die for combat. So what we'll do, we will just open this up. We'll see if that was big enough of an incision to actually get this open. Excellent. So you can see, now that the light isn't shining on it quite as much. Well, there it is. It was a neat little starter. You can see that it has a little like slope to the side of it. So it wasn't just like most of the starters in the day that just were completely flat. And so it was just neat, I guess. But you can see that inside there is, you can see that little piece of cardboard that has the D6 in it. It has D6 here, the cards here, and the rules here. So we'll pull out the rules first. Let's see, we've got the rule book, with, pretty standard rule book for the time. Alien Briefing, which was a quick start rule set to kind of go over the starting scenario, and then some alien tokens. So you've got the movement tokens here and combat pool, and then on the other side, I believe these were wound tokens, and you could also get hidden movement as the alien player. And so some of these, if you were using alien or hidden movement, then these blank slots could potentially be areas where a token was, but no alien was. And then we will take out the D6. Oh, it's got stuck in there. Where'd it go? Oh, no, it was right in the tube the whole time. And so inside this, there are 60 cards, 50 of which I think, either 45 or 50, are preset for the starter, and 10 of which are completely random. They could be anything from the set. We start with the intro card for Aliens. Kind of gives you a few tips. Talks about growth is the key to victory. You can afford to lose lost aliens. You can afford to lose aliens as you can replace them. Large groups kill well and fight on your home turf. The aliens, if I remember correctly, you would discard your killed aliens. You wouldn't put them out of play, so they would shuffle back into your deck, and so you could just end up playing more alien warrior cards. Unlike, say, the Predator, who only got one Predator, or the Marines, who only got their 4 Marines, and potentially some supporting characters. And then we have the starter cards, where there's one, when you capture a supporting character, it could potentially mature into 2 chest bursters, which I'll kind of skim through some of these cards. Also, they couldn't get the likeness rights for a lot of the people in here. So you'll see that, like, Engineer is just a guy's hand. And I think that's when they're looking for the colonists in the movie Aliens. And it's actually Hudson, or what is it, Bill Paxton, his hands. They couldn't get the likeness for the actress who played Newt. Her mom wouldn't allow her to be in a card game like this. So they just used the doll head. Same thing with the staff worker. It's just a picture of when they were scanning through some of the rooms in Aliens, and there was like the water dripping down and the half-eaten donut. That's the staff worker card. I like this art. It amuses me. Some of it could be better, but a lot of it's just pulled straight from the movies. Then you have locations, a lot of Hive locations for the aliens, a few places for them to find, like you would find the child in the kitchen. You could potentially find civilians in the mess hall because it has a civilian keyword. All decks had to have operations, which is right here. Um, so you start with alien warriors. You have a breeding chamber, and if you look at the top, there's a place for chestburster tokens and alien warrior tokens. Assuming I can get my camera to focus on it. Maybe if I go here. There we go. Chestbursters and nope. But yeah, so but the idea was that you were aliens. Your aliens would go out. You could search for supporting characters, capture them, and then they would come back to the breeding chamber and turn into chestbursters and eventually alien warriors. And so you could put tokens on your alien warriors so that they would do more damage and roll better to hit. And then those are the stock cards in there. You also got 10 randomized cards. So this is structural damage, regroup, dissection, quarantine, sealing highway, heat of battle, acid resistant claws, which is solely for predators. The idea was that if you got something like, say, the acid resistant claws or the power loader, you could just give those to your friends who are playing Marines, or you could make a Marine deck or a Predator deck. And that is what one of these starters looked like. This deck was over 25 years old. It's 2024 and it was made in 97. So, between 25 and 30 years old at this point. It was a fun game. I'm feeling nostalgic, so I'm opening up this one. I also have a Marine and a Predator deck that I'll open in a minute.